you've ever wondered how we've been able to get such fabulous authors over the years, Becky is our secret weapon. And speaking of fabulous authors, we have an amazing group this year. Since you know all of them, Becky, give us a sneak preview of some of the ones you're excited about, and let's start with fiction.
Okay, well, in fiction, I'm very excited about Benjamin Percy, who's coming. He has a book called Red Moon that's going to come out in May. I'm a fan of Walking Dead, and that just ended, and True Blood, which won't start till June. So what are you going to do in between? You're going to read Red Moon.
Right.
It's a serious political novel with werewolves. But the premise of it is that these people have been infected and have this problem of being a werewolf, but they're controlled by society with laws, violence, and drugs. And as the book opens, there's a man who goes on a plane and illegally changes into a werewolf and kills everybody on the plane except one boy in an act of terrorism. And
Sounds
it goes on
great.
from there. It's sort of a parable of 9/11. It's very, very entertaining. Publishers Weekly calls it one of their most anticipated books. Barnes & Noble has him listed as a great new writer. And John Irving compared him to George Orwell.
That's pretty good stuff.
Yeah, so you won't want to miss that.
Yeah.
It's going to be good. I'm also excited about Karen Thompson Walker, who's appearing on a panel with Jason Mott. Karen Thompson Walker has a book called The Age of Miracles that came out last summer. And the book is about if the Earth's rotation slowed, what would happen. And so the days and nights get longer, the gravity is affected, the environment is affected, but at the same time, it's a coming-of-age story about a girl who's growing up during all of this, and it's what happens in her life. Karen Thompson Walker used to be a book editor for Simon & Schuster, and she notably wrote this book on the subway on the way to work.
Interesting.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
But she got a lot of praise. It's the New York Times bestseller list, the best book of 2012 from Oprah, People Magazine, Publishers Weekly, Kirkus, so it's getting great reviews, and it's a really great book for book clubs.
Great.
And she's going to be appearing with Jason Mott, who has another interesting premise book. His book is about a family caught up in a worldwide event where people are returning from the dead as they last were when they were alive. And so the main character family has a dead 8-year-old son who returns 50 years later. And they have to figure out, is this a miracle or is this a sign of something horrible? Very interesting. Jason Mott said that he wrote the book because his mother died in 2001, but in 2010 he had a dream about his mother where she came and they just sat at his dining room table and they talked. And the dream, he said, was so clear, it was like it really happened, and it stuck with him. So he told a friend about it, and his friend said, well, what if that did really happen? And what if she wasn't the only one? So that's where he came up with the premise. And it's such an exciting thing that Brad Pitt's production company has already optioned the book to make a movie.
And this is an interesting case because that book actually won't be out in time for the festival.
Yes.
But
yes.
The publisher is sending 150 copies for us to give away to the first 150 people in his signing line. So
yes. So if you want to read it before everyone else, come to the festival and check it out. The other fiction book I'm excited about is Tara Conklin's book, The House Girl. And I just want to tell you the first line of the book because I think it's amazing. The first line is, Mr. hit Josephine with the palm of his hand across her left cheek, and it was then she knew she would run. So it's a book about a slave girl, but it's also the juxtaposition of her with a present-day woman who is a lawyer researching slavery reparations case. And it goes back and forth. It's been praised by the Library Journal, New York Daily News, Entertainment Weekly, Washington Post, Chicago Tribune. Everybody loves this book. It's her debut novel, so expect to see good things from her.
And I want to mention a couple other fiction authors.
Yes.
Best-selling mystery writer Philip Margolin will be with us.
Mm-hmm.
Caroline Leavitt, best-selling novelist. Therese Ann Fowler, who's got a book, I happen to be reading it right now,
Mm-hmm.
Z, a novel of Zelda Fitzgerald, which is really timely with the Great Gatsby movie coming out, and it's a terrific book.
Mm-hmm.